You know, we hear the term responsible AI thrown around all the time, but what's really behind the buzzword? Today, we're going to break down what it actually is, why it's so incredibly important, and really how it's shaping the entire future of technology.
Let's be honest, AI can feel like pure magic. It's solving problems we once thought were completely impossible. But what happens when that magic trick goes, well, wrong? You see, without the right safeguards, AI can create a whole new set of problems, from amplifying biases to making huge mistakes with very real-world consequences.
So here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with the amazing promise and the serious problems of AI. Then we'll nail down what responsible AI actually is, break down its core principles, the pillars of trust. After that, we'll get into why this matters to all of us. And finally, take a look at how we can actually build AI that we can trust. All right, so to really get our heads around the solution, we first have to get a super clear picture of the problem. And that means looking at both the incredible, game-changing potential of AI and, of course, the very real dangers that come right along with it. And look, these risks on the screen, they are not just theoretical, far-off ideas. A biased facial recognition system, that can lead to wrongful arrests. An AI hallucination, that can cost a company serious money, like the airline that had to honor a fake discount its own chatbot just made up. And a data leak? Well, that can expose a company's most guarded secrets. These are the kinds of things that happen when AI isn't handled responsibly. So how in the world do we prevent these massive issues? Well, this is exactly where responsible AI comes into the picture. It's a fundamental shift in how we think. It's about moving beyond just cheering for what AI can do and getting serious about how it should be done. At its very core, responsible AI is all about building systems that we can actually trust. It's really a whole approach, a set of principles and practices that make sure AI is developed and used in a way that's fair, that's safe, and that's truly beneficial for everyone involved. Now, you'll often hear ethical AI and responsible AI used like they're the same thing, but there's a really key difference. Think of it like this. Ethical AI is about asking the right moral questions, like, hey, is it fair to use this AI for hiring? Responsible AI is about taking those ethics and putting them into practice, with clear, actionable guidelines for things like accountability, transparency, and security. It's the difference between just talking about doing the right thing and actually doing it. So what does this framework actually look like? Well, it's built on a set of core principles, or pillars. Think of these as the absolute foundational elements that make any AI system truly trustworthy. Let's break them down one by one. We're going to walk through each of these 6 core pillars: fairness, transparency, accountability, reliability, privacy, and, this one's so important, human oversight. All together, they create a kind of checklist for building AI we can really count on. First up, a huge one: fairness. This is all about making sure that AI doesn't just copy and then amplify our own human biases. For instance, if you train a hiring AI on data from a company that has, historically, hired more men, well, guess what? It's probably going to learn to favor male candidates. A fair AI is trained on diverse, representative data, so it can make decisions based on merit, not on someone's background. All right, this next one is so crucial because it's all about understanding the why. I mean, if an AI denies your loan application, you absolutely deserve to know the reason. Was it your credit score, your income? Transparency means we can understand the logic behind an AI's decision, and that gives us the power to challenge it if it seems unfair. Accountability simply means that at the end of the day, a person is always responsible for what an AI does. It's about having a clear paper trail. Who built the AI? What data was it trained on? How was it tested? That way, if something goes wrong, we know exactly who needs to answer for it. This pillar is all about dependability. You have to know the AI system is going to perform consistently and safely, especially when the stakes are high. I mean, think about a self-driving car. Its AI has to be tested like crazy to handle not just perfect sunny days, but also pouring rain, snow, and some totally unexpected obstacle on the road. Reliability is just non-negotiable when safety is on the line. AI systems are fueled by data, and a lot of times that's our personal data. This pillar is all about making sure that your sensitive information, things like your health records or your bank details, is totally protected from breaches and misuse. It's about building in strong security and respecting privacy from the very start. And that brings us to the final and maybe most essential pillar: human oversight. The goal of AI should be to assist and empower people, not replace them entirely.
In fields like medicine or criminal justice, an AI can be a powerful tool to provide recommendations, but that final critical decision, that has to stay in the hands of a human expert. Okay, so we've laid out all these principles, but let's talk about the payoff. I mean, why should companies and developers invest all this time and energy into this? Well, it turns out taking a responsible approach has real tangible benefits for absolutely everyone. And you can see it right here. It's a win-win-win situation. For businesses, this stuff builds brand trust and cuts down on legal risks. For users, you and me, it means our data is protected and we can actually have more confidence in the tech we use every day. And for society as a whole, it means we get to innovate ethically, ensuring everyone has fair access to services and that we're solving big problems without accidentally creating new ones. So the big question is, how do we actually make this happen? How do we go from these important principles we've been talking about to real practical steps that organizations can actually take? So how do you actually build trustworthy AI? Well, it all starts with laying out a clear set of principles. Then you have to think about potential risks before you even write a single line of code. Ethics can't be an afterthought. It has to be part of every single step of the process. And of course, you have to make sure there's always a human in the loop. Finally, everyone, and I mean everyone in the organization, needs to understand their part in making AI responsible. I think this quote just nails the whole idea perfectly. It really is a fundamental change in perspective. The question is no longer just, can we build this? But instead, should we build this? And if we do, how do we build it right?
So we're really at a crossroads. We have the ability to build AI that's incredibly powerful, but also biased and unaccountable. Or we can choose to build AI that is just as powerful, but also fair, transparent, and trustworthy. The choice is really up to us. So it's on all of us to demand more from the technology we use and to work together to create a future where AI truly and responsibly serves humanity.